Today, the Supreme Court hearing arguments challenging GOP-backed social media laws. The case could decide whether states can restrict how social media companies moderate content, including spam, hate speech, and election misinformation. Fox 5's chief legal correspondent Katie Barlow was in the courtroom today. She's live at the Supreme Court. Katie.
After nearly 4 hours of oral argument, the justices appeared divided over whether to strike down laws out of Florida and Texas that restrict social media companies' ability to remove certain content based on the user's viewpoint. Republicans in both states were concerned that social media companies were discriminating against conservative content. Now, social media companies argue that these laws violate their First Amendment right to control the speech that's on their platforms, and that if these laws are permitted to stand, that decision will have staggering consequences.
States of Florida and Texas telling websites that they have to host lawful but awful content that most of us don't want to see and the websites don't want to host. Stuff like terrorist recruitment, child grooming, and even videos of beheadings. It sounds horrible, but that's the type of content we would have to host if the states of Florida and Texas won.
Generally, the First Amendment severely limits when the government can restrict speech based on its content. The government has to clear a high bar to justify content-based restrictions, and some laws have been upheld, like those against child porn and blocking campaign materials within 100 feet of a polling place. To avoid that high bar, Texas and Florida argue this is not a First Amendment case because they are simply regulating the social media companies' conduct by requiring them to host others' speech. They claim they're not requiring the companies themselves to speak in any particular way. NetChoice is a trade association that represents YouTube, X, and Meta. They filed a federal lawsuit to block both states on behalf of the tech companies. They compare themselves to traditional media and argue that just as Florida may not tell the New York Times what opinion pieces to write, it may not tell Facebook and YouTube what content to disseminate. Now, the Biden administration also participated in oral argument today, backing the social media companies' ability to remove certain content. Guys?